Peja, a literary festival in Accra, brings together authors, poets, various performers, and many other literary stalwarts from Ghana, Africa, and across the globe for a colourful celebration of literature and art. This 3-day festival features a wide variety of events such as readings, expert-led workshops, performances, book releases, and even literary prize presentations. Director of the Writers Project of Ghana and director of the Peja Literary Festival, Dr. Martin Egblewogba, stated that they were privileged to have many people from manifold countries and continents participating in this year's festival.
For this year, we are fortunate to have nationalities from practically every continent. We have from Singapore, someone who used to be a director of the biggest literary festival in Singapore. Wow. Yes, Yao Kai Chai, he's joining us. We have someone from Iceland, you know, and then of course the Netherlands. We have people from the United States, and there's something very interesting this year too. We have connected strongly with the Caribbean, and so we have a delegation from Curacao, which is a Caribbean island, joining us.
Diana Ferris, a South African poet and author, shared the experience of how she came to write the poem I Have Come to Take You Home, as well as some of her other works.
It was at the time of scientific racism. George Cuvier, the big scientist from France, then made a plaster cast of her body, and then he went to write books and seminars on how all this showed that the size of a brain, the size of a genitalia. I heard a voice calling out, I want to go home, I want to go home. And it's just there with tears running down my cheek that I turned to my desk and I wrote the first line of a poem, I've come to take you home.
Farai Mudzingwa, a Zimbabwean novelist, also explained the distinct shifts in the Zimbabwean writing style and shared his thoughts on the contemporary literary landscape in Africa.
Zimbabwean writing has, from the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, had to do with the war. Having come out of the war, integrating into a new society after the war. We rode that phase for a bit, and then there was the phase, I would say, from about 20 years ago, where the country was going through the political turmoil, the land invasions, the economy tanking. So there was literature writing that, writing the strife, the hardship, writing the immigration.
Interacting with some volunteering organizers and book lovers at the British Council of Ghana, they shared their infectious enthusiasm for literature and the arts, coupled with their sheer excitement about the fair.
I love literature so much, and everywhere there's books, writers, poets, everything just counts me in.
What I love about Peja Festival is that it brings together a lot of different writers from across Africa, and I want to experience that variety of literature in Africa.
Just to see the amount of resources, the archive, the rich history, it's really been sensational.
At the W.E.B. Du Bois Memorial Centre in the Cantonment's Enclave, some participants shared what their expectations were of the 2023 Peja Festival.
The program of the Peja Festival is really very, very interesting. It's very broad, so I'm sure that I will be able to learn a lot, to give also a lot, because we will be presenting also, we will be performing, and to take back home as much as possible.
It is impacting, and I think it's going to continue to do that. For me, Peja is an opportunity to discover and also meet up with peers.
I'm expecting to just be exposed to new ways of thinking, I think is what I'm most excited about.